So there you have it. Slade Stanley adds the 2019 Unlimited Superboat Australian Championship title to his 2009 400 class victory and his 2 400 class world crowns after claiming his 6th win of the season with another dominant display here at Penrite.
The distance back to second at times was very surprising. We knew we had a good package, we knew we could do it. We made the best of what we had and we made it work, and it works well. I think our understanding comes from just sort of years of racing and learning what doesn't work. So we've had various hulls that don't work. Just getting back in that stinger where it's a known package and we could sort of tune it from there. It's a good starting point. We've got a great engine package from JRE and then the jet unit set up. So Dad and myself we've spent a lot of time on jet units and just different combinations and things we've basically stumbled on. A few things and directions that people were going we just thought didn't make sense. So we've come back to a very simple package that works. We don't know if we can go much quicker, but I feel like we probably are near that limit with the package we have. Hopefully we can bring the momentum we had from that season into this year. We've had a long break. It's been a bit disheartening, I guess. So really looking forward to get back into it.
2 years ago at Keith, Slade Stanley's unlimited return was thwarted by a technical issue in the second final, so he's never won here in South Australia. Today, though, he's been almost flawless, topping qualifying by more than 2.2 seconds, although Fonzie Mullen lowered that mark to break into the low 47s, dropping Scott Krause back to second. Stanley has been consistently in the mid to low 45 since the third qualifier, so he just needs to maintain that pace. Victory here will give Stanley his 8th consecutive win. Such has been his momentum over the last 2 years. You might be wondering just how the 2018 World Series might have played out if he'd been able to get this package sorted in time. His split is impressive, within a tenth or so of his last lap, so it's likely to be another lap in the 45s. Coming to the line, it's a 45.207, his fastest lap of the day, and victory by 1.8 seconds.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We had a few issues at the start that were quite minor in the end, like with the fuel. But yeah, pretty happy to come away with the win. We were trialling some new blades. They're a bit taller, and we're probably sort of struggling at times just to push them, but I was happy with the result, and just to be able to sort of do a bit of research on new blades, it was good. Fonzie stepped it up and it's looking a lot better in the jet speed package, which is good to see. So we're pretty happy with where we're at. There's still a bit of a buffer there, so and there's a few things we can try if they do start sort of putting the pressure on.
There are a few nervous moments for the Hazardous team down on the ramp ahead of the final. They just couldn't get the boat to start. And with a 5-minute warning and the clock ticking, they just managed to get it to fire before the time ran out. But they're still unsure as to what's going on. In the previous session, they dropped back to 7 cylinders after melting a plug lead, which gave Fonzie Mullen the top spot heading into the final. So Slade's got it all ahead of him at his home track. That might be all the momentum he needs too. Scott Krause has laid down the benchmark with a 40.43 with Mullen yet to come. But already Slade is well up on his best, which so far has seen him in the high 38s. Mullen, by contrast, hasn't broken into the 39s, so Slade just needs to complete this lap and get it in the books. You can see just how hard he's pushing. He wants this win and a chance to extend his points lead. You can see just how smooth he is on the wheel and how slight the steering inputs are. This is classic Slade Stanley. And he's improved again, his fastest of the night, a 38.107. In the end, despite finally breaking into the 39s, Mullen has fallen 1.6 seconds shy of Stanley, who has extended his winning streak to 9 wins on the trot.
We had a few issues in the top 6, had a melted plug lead, And lucky enough there was a crash in the LS class that gave us the time to repair the boat. Only to find out when we got to the ramp, we went to start it and it just wouldn't even wind over. We were on the clock. We had probably a minute to spare when we found a loose earth lead, and yeah, got fired up just in time.
Slade Stanley has been dominant again this weekend. His qualifying pace absolutely stunning. In the end, his qualifying best of a 41.57 was 2.2 seconds faster than arch rival Fonzie Mullen. But he extended that advantage in the first elimination final to come into the top 6 with an advantage of more than 3 seconds. Oh, he's got it wrong. He's grabbed the bank into the left-hander and that's thrown him wide. He's been trimming the edges all day, but this time he's just grabbed that little bit too much. The safety crew have reacted straight away. Slade's out pretty quickly. They just need to unstrap Vanessa, although she's above the waterline, thankfully, but that wasn't what we were expecting from Slade Stanley.
Yeah, just a bit shaken, I guess. The adrenaline's pumping. It's never nice to go upside down in the water. Yeah, we're both okay though. Like, it was quite a gentle rollover. It's all part of racing. We yeah, went out hard. Been cutting the banks all day and just cut a little fine. It bounced me off. Sort of expected to get bounced off and run wide and get back on it, but it just kept sliding and over we went. It is a challenging track. I think that sums up Cabarita. Like that first corner, you've got to get it right, and it just really sets you up for the rest of the run. So, you know, I was keen to sort of drop down into that 40-second bracket and set us up for a good run in the finals, but it just wasn't to be. We yeah, just went in a little hard. Didn't need to, but you know, I'm here to race. So I was dumbfounded. I was like, it is pretty standard for me though. If I come out, it's always big. Never just slides up the bank and lives to fight another day. I generally do damage. So yeah, I'm accustomed to this side of racing, I guess, when it does go wrong. So, but we'll fix it. We'll get it back out there for the next round and go again. Not sure.
8 months ago, it didn't end so well for the Stanleys. Not only a DNF, but that opened the door for Fonzie Mullen to take over the points lead. Slade will be looking to right that wrong this weekend, but he's also mindful that Mullen looks to have closed that gap with that new boat package. Although that said, this longer rotation also seems to suit the more powerful boat, so that might just be disguising the change to the advantage there's been between Mullen and Stanley so far. He wasn't comfortable first thing, but it turns out that a big part of that problem was the new exhaust the boat has. It just made it sound different. So from where Slade sat, he thought there might have been some kind of issue. It hasn't been an issue. He's back into it now. The split's been a cracker. It's a 25.19. This could put him back on top. He comes to the line, and he's done it too, a 49.535 to go P1 by more than a second.
Rotation at Keith, very, very fast. It's, yeah, a lot of laps around the outside, It's going to play into the hands of those with big horsepower, not the little nimble boats like ours. So, yeah, would love to see a tighter track rotation, because Keith can be a tighter sort of technical track. Not on this occasion, so we'll just see how we go.
Slade Stanley topping the qualifiers. He started the elimination final staring down the barrel of back-to-back championships, but very quickly things changed.
There goes the championship.
Yeah, not the start to eliminations we wanted. Went down the straight, engine just cut out, so not sure what it is. Obviously a loose surf wire or something's just gone amiss, and that's all she wrote. So timing, beautiful as usual.
Frustrating end to what had otherwise been another stunning season for the reigning Unlimited Superboat champion, a season where the popular Hazardous team were often fastest. In fact, despite failing to finish 2 events across the 2021 season, Stanley held the fastest time in every event he has contested since the 2018 World Series. A reminder that the former world champion remains the fastest driver in the world.
Three, two, one.